Brian Rowe. I lead our AI and ML service line. I recently went to the Gartner Data Conference in Orlando, and I ended up speaking with a lot of individuals about data and AI. Yeah, I think individuals were really interested in how they can use AI today. And so I think a lot of the participants were familiar with chat-based AI, but this was really focused on Agentic AI and what AI could do for them on their behalf. What types of tasks could AI actually complete for them as opposed to just giving them a conversation interface? And so, they really wanted to know, am I ready for this? Does my data have to be set up differently? Do I have to think about architecture and security different? And what can I really expect if I try to do this today? Yeah, so think about going to a chat interface today and uploading a document and then saying, review this document for me. And the LLM is going to respond with an answer right in chat. And so, you're just having this conversation with it. But let's say now, instead, you wanted to have it fill out your sales report, and you had taken some notes and had some documents, and you could just upload that document and say, fill out my CRM data that I was supposed to in whatever CRM system you had, and it would go execute that task on your behalf. So when you're asking AI to execute a task on your behalf like that, that's what we're really talking about Agentic AI. But a lot of the tools that we use for Agentic AI look like intelligent automation type setups, right? Like we have now even good open source options to do drag and drop intelligent automation workflows that look like traditional intelligent automation workflows, and then you can add in AI functionality where it's needed. So maybe the traditional workflow you had did traditional OCR, but in the new agentic world, because you have these AI capabilities, you're going to use the brand new Mistral OCR, which is found to be considerably more effective and less costly than traditional OCR. And so it's very much just taking the intelligent workflow that we had before and extending it with some new capabilities. Yeah, I think one, security, right? When these things can operate on their own behalf, what are you doing to really lock that down? Like, how are you managing which users can create these things, which systems they get access to? How is that human in the loop doing some verification to make sure that these things are happening correctly? The other, I think, is that people are often, when I talk to them, looking for the AI to be perfect. But the reality is the human that does the work today probably isn't perfect. And so you're looking for tasks that humans do repeatedly well to automate, which is the same thing we did when we did intelligent automation. But you got to understand your error rate. And the humans have an error rate. And so it's okay to use the AI if the AI error rate is at least as good as the human rate. But yet it can work at cheaper, faster, 24 hours a day, for example. And so it's trying not to get stuck a little bit in that we need it to be perfect. And then where it's not perfect, put in the same controls you might have had when a human was doing it and making an error. So you still need this human in the loop. Yep, I think how we handle this security challenge, like what we're going to let it do and how we monitor that, and then how we keep a human in the loop just for the normal processing are things that are going to be extremely important. Asking it to maybe operate a web browser for you and book travel or make a food reservation are pretty common examples. I don't use it for that personally. I can make my own food reservation. For me, I code a lot, and I have agents that write code. They're doing that work on my behalf, and they're doing it very well. I do really enjoy that. But I have a lot of research and prep work that the AI is able to do for me, and it takes an hour's worth of prep work, and it's just turning it into 5-6 minutes. That's pretty great for me. So OpenAI considers deep research, its deep research product, Agentic AI. If you ask it to do something on OpenAI's operator, then they consider that because it's operating the web browser on the user's behalf, performing some tasks, they categorize that as Agentic AI. So that's where I typically tend to also draw the distinction, but the term is being used a whole bunch of ways by a lot of different people. So I wouldn't say the definition is totally set yet, right? I mean, that I think is open, but I consider it doing work on my behalf.
Kind of like the definition of AGI.
Always moving, always changing depending on who needs AGI today or next year.
Right.
We're just going to keep changing it around. Absolutely.